Use of transport within the UK has increased considerably over the last few decades. With considerable growth in population size and economic prosperity, an increasing number of people are purchasing cars and appear heavily dependent on them as a result of the fast-paced world we live in today. The cars offer a shorter and more convenient mode of transportation, as well as improved connectivity. However, this luxurious lifestyle has a serious downfall. High concentrations of exhaust fumes containing harmful chemicals and toxic pollutants are accumulating in the atmosphere. Some of these air pollutants, such as ozone, can act as greenhouse gases and may contribute to climate change. Road traffic emissions account for around a quarter of these greenhouse gas emissions, affecting air quality and public health at the roadside. The government have set themselves a large target to reduce UK greenhouse gas emissions by at least 80% by 2050. To do so, the National Air Quality Strategy was introduced. The strategy sets out a range of air quality standards and policy options to improve air quality, encouraging local authorities to tackle localised air pollution to provide important public health benefits and improved environmental health. Overall, the strategy has been considered to achieve national success. However, several regional hotspots remain. To investigate this further, we decided to look at air pollution in one of Scotland's main economic capitals, Aberdeen. Aberdeen is the third largest city in Scotland. It is home to over 220,000 people and is located on the east coast by the North Sea. The city is well known for its strong oil and gas industry, the development of which has transformed the city into a prosperous hub of culture, art, and historical relevance. Aberdeen Harbour, home to one of the UK's primary shipping bases, is situated in the heart of the city centre. Aberdeen Airport is located approximately 7 kilometres to the northwest. The city is also home to two universities, the University of Aberdeen and Robert Gordon's University. With such ambitious academic and industrial residences, a considerable number of students and young professionals have been drawn to the city. This has resulted in a 12% increase in the city's population over the last 4 years. However, it has also placed considerable pressure on the city's infrastructure. Situated between two main rivers, the Dee and the Don, there is restricted access for travel through the city. With an increasing number of commuters, this has resulted in a daily conversion of traffic and serial emission spots. Aberdeen's Union Street, Market Street and Wellington Road have remained in illegal exceedance of Scottish air quality standards for NO2 and particulate matter for a number of years.
In order to help us to answer some questions regarding the persistent traffic air pollution in Aberdeen, we decided to interview one of the senior lecturers at the University of Aberdeen.
Potential issue with the canyon effect in Aberdeen, and this is King Street, so we know King Street really well, don't we? There's various problems with it. Firstly, it's quite narrow, okay. Secondly, it's quite tall. The buildings are quite tall, and that potentially can trap the air pollution. And the third problem is that this is a very busy road, so it's a throughway going north for trucks coming from the north and going to the north. All of that potentially can trap the air pollution and prevent it from being dispersed.
Infrastructural problems like the street canyon effect may pose a critical health risk to city residents. The increasing elevation of air pollutants is linked to a growing number of long-term health issues that mainly impact the young, the elderly, or those with pre-existing health conditions. Particulate matter is the main cause for concern, as it is believed to pose the largest human health risk. Particulate matter is a mixture of solid and liquid particles. These particles are classified according to size, with those of the smallest diameter posing the greatest health risk. Whilst the coarse particles can enter the lungs to cause respiratory problems such as asthma, the finer particles are small enough to penetrate deep into the lungs and potentially enter the bloodstream, resulting in a range of chronic health problems such as stroke, cardiovascular distress, cancer, and premature death. In 2016, Friends of the Earth Scotland reported Aberdeen to possess the 5th highest proportion of pollutant-induced death in Scotland. The source of these pollutants? The transport sector.
How would you rate the overall air pollution level in Aberdeen?
Quite bad. I don't know how bad it is. No, there's no official figures, is there?
And do you feel at risk because of that?
Yeah. health issues.
Right.
Well, I'm asthmatic, so I feel it.
Yes.
I lived in Spain for 5 years. I've only been back in Aberdeen for 6 months, 10 months. I can feel the difference.
Do you feel your health has deteriorated just from living in the city centre?
The local transport strategy was adopted by Aberdeen Council in 2017 as a 5-year plan aiming to improve the local transport network by 2021. By cutting down on traffic and congestion, the strategy aimed to make walking and cycling a more popular choice, consequently making Aberdeen a healthier, more attractive place to live and work. Over the past 3 years, Aberdeen has benefited from a £20 million investment called the Aberdeen Hydrogen Bus Project. Within this project, the city has become home to one of the largest hydrogen-fuelled bus fleets within the UK. These buses produce no harmful emissions, only water vapour, and as such, can be almost 4 times as efficient as their diesel counterparts. This is the first step of a much larger initiative to encourage wider use of green vehicles and an abolishment of new diesel and petrol vehicles by 2040. 36 electric and hydrogen vehicles have also been made available to the public as part of the Aberdeen Co-Wheels Car Club. The initiative is designed as an alternative to car ownership and allows members pay-as-you-go access. In doing so, it can encourage members to walk, cycle, or use public transport for shorter journeys, incidentally targeting another public health issue: obesity. As a shared resource, each car club vehicle is estimated to replace approximately 20 cars from the roads. As people can choose to hire a car when required, rather than owning one, short car journeys of convenience are minimised and vehicles are used more efficiently. The fleet is currently supported by 21 charging points and has ambitious plans for expansion. Future expansion may lead to a growing number of city residents only using a car when they need to. This will decrease road congestion and traffic, enabling an improvement in air quality and public health. After years of pressure from several environmentalist groups, the Council are also looking into introducing low emission zones. LEZs are one of many transport solutions that could be implemented within the city centre. They act by charging vehicles that produce more emissions than average for road access, in order to deter or discourage their use. Details of the LEZ are still to be confirmed, but are anticipated to be up and running by 2020. The method has already displayed great success in London, and thus has high prospects for helping tackle air pollution in Aberdeen. In addition to the local transport strategy, in January 2017, the Aberdeen Active Travel Action Plan was launched to encourage a range of alternative, healthier travel options. Following public consultation, the Council recognised the need to improve the city's current active travel infrastructure. The majority of city residents were deterred from active travel by an inadequate maintenance of public footpaths, a lack of city cycle routes, and the volume and speed of traffic. A range of travel networks have been identified as priority development areas for the next few years. The first stage of this development has already begun, with the part pedestrianisation of Broad Street. The redevelopment is expected to facilitate a removal of traffic from highly congested areas within the city centre, enabling an improvement in air quality as well as pedestrian and cyclist safety. Like many radical changes, however, redevelopment does come at a risk. As a result of road redevelopment and vehicle redirection, traffic disruption may rise, increasing congestion in other city centre areas. In doing so, air pollution will not be improved, but simply moved elsewhere. This emphasises the fact that air pollution can rarely be solved with one solution. A combination of environmental, infrastructural, and social factors must also be considered.
Although Aberdeen Council remain committed in reducing the air pollution in Aberdeen, it is up to us to play an active part. We need to shift from the overuse of cars to mode of active transport, including cycling, walking, and increased use of public transport. The Council's strategies provide us with a course of action to increase the use of a sustainable transport. However, it is up to us to ensure its long-lasting success.